Hi everyone, this is Tammy at Snowstorm Crafts, and welcome. So what I want to work on today with you guys is to make this fun ephemera holder, and it is made out of an Amazon packaging. So this is just one of those envelopes you can get, an Amazon mailer that I will show you guys how I decorated, and it makes great ephemera holder. So you can put all your stuff for your junk journals in here and have them grab them out and have them ready to go. Okay, so what I did is I started off with some sewing pattern, just instructions, and these are easy to get like at just Goodwill or Salvation Army, something like that. Just one of the secondhand stores. You could always get pattern stuff there. They always have something like that, and so that's what some of this is. And I really just like the colors. I just looked at the contrast and what I wanted to cut out and have it all go together. So I did some darker. This one is from a cookbook, and this one is a dictionary, the Webster Dictionary. Okay, so I just have all these little pieces. So any book pages, anything like that you guys have, just this is a great project to use them up. Okay, our pile. I just have some Fabrifix glue and some regular gel matte medium. This is going to be great for when we glue down our dried flowers. So that's what I have, is just some dried flowers that I put on the top. But feel free to use whatever stickers you have, do some stamping, do stencils. You can do stencils on it. I mean, anything like that that you want to decorate with. So I just have my flowers over here. And what I'm going to do is just start gluing down. So I'm just going to do this in a time lapse and get some glue down and get it done. I think that turned out really fun. So I got it all glued down. Now, if you want, you don't have to cut them all straight. You can rip them. You can ink them. Ink the edges if you want. I mean, you can do it however you want just to get it all covered here. So we got that far. Now I want to take my flowers and then some regular gel matte medium. This stuff is great because when it dries, it's like a plastic coating that goes over it. So it like secures it on there really good. So I suggest to use some kind of a gel medium. And I just do the matte because I don't want it to be shiny. Okay. So all I do, and I'll make sure to put this down in the links below. Just remind me if it's not down there. It's just the golden, but I'll put it in my Amazon links. Take some and an old paintbrush, just something you don't really care about. And I've had these pressed, dry for at least over a year, but they don't have to be that long. But just get them dry. Make sure they're not wet or moisture because they will mold, if you have them sitting, um, if you glue them down and stuff when they're wet. I just suggest to have them completely dry. Maybe a nice summer day. You can just lay them out too and let them dry after you press them. I usually take them and press them in between some cardboard um, and then I have a press that my husband made. It's just like two pieces of wood that you can smash together and then screw them in and tighten it. And then I put like cardboard in between and layer them up, and let them sit for like I don't know, like a week or so. And then just keep, you could keep checking them and peeking at them and then tightening it up more as they dry. They get, more flat. So you want to come over and press it more just to keep them pressed. But you can put them in a book too. That helps with something heavy on top. Just stack something on top of the book. So you can see what I'm doing here is I'm just seeing which flower I want, putting down matte gel here, and then up and gently lift up the petal and get underneath. Lay. So gently, because you don't want to rip the flower. So this is just a fun way to go out into nature and explore, see what's out there. Sure you guys have something just sitting around in your yard. And if not, when you take the dog for a walk or little daisies. Flowers that you like. I like it. Okay. This is a dahlia. I don't know the name of that one. I'm not quite sure. And then that's a pansy. Now the cool thing about these is they pull out. Like I'll show you. If you want them to, it will. Show you on the back what I did if this one doesn't do it. Take it and sometimes the petals, if they do come out, like if they come out, don't be afraid of it. Just kind of bring them over like this. And there. Just make it look like the petals are fluttering and falling off, blowing in the wind. Yeah, you can try to get another one. Make sure there's glue down below. Kind of fun. It just adds a little character. Blowing in the wind like that. All I'm doing is just, I even got some leaves off my tree. This is a black locust tree leaves. And that's what's out in our front yard. And it does the most beautiful white flowers. They kind of remind you like honeysuckle flowers. And it blooms every year. And my husband is so allergic to it. It's like, oh, we do Flonase. Get the Flonase ready. It's like, which is just allergy medicine. And that helps him a lot. But we have to get ahead of the schedule. And just make sure that he's good. But I know every year that it blooms, we have two of them out there. They're huge. They're like over 100 years old. And they're just big. And they just get these beautiful white flowers. They're just little tiny flowers, but there's a bunch of them. Like, it's just so cool. I'll have to get a video of them when it does it. Put it in a video so you guys can see. But they're so beautiful. But the bad thing about it is every year when they fall, they're all in my front yard, so they get tracked into the house. Rudy, my dog, will go out and roll around and then come inside and then shake off, and I'll have flowers everywhere. And then the kitty, little Patty, she'll go out and lay in the yard and bring them in. That's the only thing I, don't really like about them. Well, and then the allergies, but they're so beautiful. They really are. But that's why I'm putting that on here. So, it's nice to do flowers that you had in your garden. And, you remember how they grew that year and stuff. So it's just kind of fun. Kind of fun to do this. This was my rose bush that I have. My climbing rose bush out front. And I can actually go get a video of that. I'll put that in right now. You guys can see it. I also have my pink rose bush. I'll put a video of that in. And I think that's what these petals are from that. And then when they dry, it's just crazy how they turn different colors too. So it's just fun. I like doing this with the flowers and stuff and pressing them. I just have so many that I don't want to keep doing it until I use them up. I'll probably find more projects that we can do with pressed flowers. So make sure to get your flowers ready, and we'll do some more projects. I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff. Let's see. I don't want to go overboard here, but maybe something like that. And we can do another daisy. I'll do a small one. Now, if you have a stem, I would suggest to, heavy duty, put some of the gel mat down, or if it doesn't really stick, because even on the other side here, this one didn't really stick down on there. So you could take your Fabrifix glue and push it down and then wait for it to get really tacky and then just get it stuck down on there, or you could just snip it and trim it off. Either way, just depending on how good it wants to glue down that day. These, this one is a little long. Make it like that. These aren't as thick, the little daisy stems. Now, if you want, you could go and just take the excess and just go all over. Give it a good coating, because I did that on this side. And it kind of just gives it a nice shell to protect everything. And it's just a light coating. I mean, I'm just a little bit. You don't need much. You can take some excess here and spread it around. Okay. What I'm going to do now, you can totally be done. You can be done now and just have a cute little ephemera holder that you could put stuff in. I mean, you could put just, when you go through your magazines and find some neat clippings and stuff, this can be like your magazine holder that you can keep all that in there. So you're ready to grab it out. You can have some tags that you've made and pockets and fun things like that you have already made. You could stick those in here and have them organized. There's just so many different things that you could do with this to keep organized, and it's just pretty to have. And you could do each one different and know which one, and you can label them and stuff, if you want to, just to know what's in each one. Or you could just do maybe different flowers on each one and know which one goes in that, and it's just fun. So you could do different things just to keep yourself organized and have a pretty little envelope here. Okay, so I'm just kind of getting some glue down. But the next step that I want to do, I'm going to let this dry, so make sure to stay tuned. And my next step is going to be pretty fun, so stay tuned. Okay, so everything is dry. I just put it out in the sun and let it dry out for an hour or so. And this is the other side. Okay, so here's the fun part. Now, this is optional. Well, it's all fun. But what I'm going to do is take it apart. Just the seams. I want to see if I can rip it or if I need to get my... I'm trying to be careful here. Take them apart. Or you could take your X-Acto knife. This one, which might work nicely, or even this one. I want to be careful not to rip all the way through, but you might be able to just tear it. Blade over there, so it's not near me. I think. So I went ahead and opened it all up here, like that. Now, if you did get just a little part here, you can always take another piece of paper and just glue it down. I probably will, because I lost a little bit here. But I did on this side, I just kind of ripped more and did a little bit of the X-Acto knife. But this side, I did it in the time lapse, and as I was doing it, and if it gets stuck, I just do a little slice and then pull and then slice and pull. It did way better on this side. So I recommend using like a X-Acto knife or a razor blade or a carpet cutter or whatever these are. One of those, that it worked really good. This one I kind of pulled it too quick. So I'm going to go ahead and I could take a paper bag and just glue a piece down right here. So I'm going to do that real quick. So I went ahead and just covered up this edge right here. And I just glued it with the glue stick because I didn't want the other glue to gum up my needle because we're going to be sewing it. So I'll just make sure I catch the edge, and then I'll make sure to catch this part right here too. And then it should be fine inside here. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going to bring you guys over to my sewing machine. And what we're going to do is we're going to do, I don't want this word to intimidate anybody, quilting. We're going to do quilting on top. It's what it's going to look like. It's pretty much we're just sewing. But we're going to do where it looks like it's quilted because I thought it was fun with the pattern paper and stuff on top. And then we're just basically doing about 1-inch lines all the way up and down. And that's it. And then we'll sew it back together and it'll look great. So let's get started. So I'm going to show you what I did here. I just did some decorative stitching going along straight down. And I went right through the flowers, right through everything. With that gel matte medium, it really does help hold it into place. It makes it, they're not splitting or anything. It looks great. So I just went straight down about 1.5 inches or so, 2 inches, depending on what you want to do. And just did that all the way down. Then I did a decorative stitch going across the top and across the top of this side. I just did one going down on the bottom and then one on the top. Just however you want to do it. Just some fun stitches. Then I went ahead and did some decorative stitches down here, which is going to be the bottom of each side. Now what I want to do is go ahead and put it together like normal. So put it together. And I am just going to go and zigzag stitch all the way on this edge and then all the way on this edge. And that's it. I love the way it turned out. I went ahead and just stitched with a fun zigzag stitch on the side. I'm leaving the threads a little long here just for fun, like that. Now, like I said, you can grunge it up too. You guys can take your ink and do some inking around before you glue them down, and do some stamping on here. Just some anything you can think of. Some stenciling would be great. I really am loving the flowers and the leaves and stuff. That's really fun. So here it is. So you guys can put your fun ephemera in here, some junk journal items that you want to keep organized. And there we go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it informational. And if you could please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and you guys can see my next video when I post it. Like, comment, and share, and let's grow together. And keep on crafting.